Imagine you're playing a game of darts, but you can't see where the dartboard is. You throw the dart, and it lands 5 feet away from the target. Hope you didn't bet any of your money on your skills this time. Now, change up that game. Let's say you can see the board clearly, and instead of a complete miss, you land on the board. Maybe right near the center if you're especially coordinated. Knowing where the dart is supposed to go makes hitting your target a lot easier. The point of that example is to illustrate the importance of knowing where to aim your B2B marketing. If you don't know who your target audience is and where they spend time online, you'll waste money and energy trying to reach the wrong people and businesses. That's where an ideal customer profile, or ICP, comes in. Keep watching to learn what an ICP is and how you can use one. Let's start by defining what an ICP is. Again, the term stands for Ideal Customer Profile, and it refers to a group of traits that define the businesses you want to reach with your products or services. It's sort of an outline of what the ideal business client looks like for your company. Establishing what your ICP looks like allows you to steer your marketing in the right direction to reach your best prospects. You might be thinking, hang on, this sounds familiar. Aren't we just talking about buyer personas? And while the two do sound similar, the answer is no. Buyer personas and ICPs are two different things, but they are connected. When you create a buyer persona, you're creating a fleshed out, fictional, individual person. While your clients are businesses, your buyer personas focus on specific decision makers at those businesses. So one buyer persona might be Sally, a 54-year-old marketing manager who works at a medium-sized consulting firm. She's concerned with X, Y, and Z and is responsible for A, B, and C strategies. But with an ICP, you're not focusing on creating a fictionalized character that represents specific people at certain companies. You're focusing on the companies themselves. You're looking at qualities like industry, size, and location. Maybe even the actions people from that business take on your website. Basically, ICPs help you figure out which businesses are your ideal clients so you can target those businesses with your marketing. Buyer personas, meanwhile, help you figure out which people at those companies will see your marketing, what they need most from your business, and how you can optimize your marketing so that it's persuasive to them. You may be wondering how ICP marketing can benefit you. Maybe you're thinking, I already know which kinds of businesses to market to, and maybe that's true. You probably do have a good idea of which sorts of companies buy from you. But here's the thing. The more specific that knowledge is, the better. It's one thing to know that you should market to, let's say, small pest control businesses in Kansas, but an ICP can help you outline even more detailed info. Maybe your ideal clients aren't just from Kansas, but from a specific set of counties in northern Kansas. And maybe they're not just small businesses, but they're specifically companies that have between 20 and 90 employees. And those are just 2 examples. Even if you already know both of those things, there are plenty of other details your ICP can reveal. The result is that you can much more effectively target your ideal audience because you have a much more precise idea of who that audience is. All this talking about ICPs, and I still haven't told you how to create one. Don't worry though, that's just what we're getting to now. The process looks different for every business, but there are 4 main steps you'll want to follow when you develop an ICP. Number 1, gather and analyze your customer data. Hopefully, you already have all this data in one place. Bonus points if it's super well organized. If not though, there are several tools out there that can help. Maybe the best tool to use for organizing your customer data is a CRM, or Customer Relationship Management Tool. With a good CRM, like our partner company, Nutshell Software, you can quickly and effectively import all of your customer data, sync it up with your website data, and get everything organized. Then, you can sit down to analyze that data for patterns to see which traits your clients have in common. Number 2, check out your best customers. With all your customer data in one place, take the time to examine the characteristics of your clients, but not just any clients. Look specifically at your best clients to get a feel for which traits they share. There are different ways you could define your best clients, so it's kind of up to you which traits you prioritize. That said, it's good to look at things like how long they've been at your company and how much revenue you've earned from them, even the revenue that they bring year over year. It's also helpful to use metrics like customer lifetime value, or CLV, to figure out which clients are the most valuable to your company. However you do it, identify the clients that you think are your best customers. Once you've done that, figure out which traits they all share. The more specific, the better. Number 3, build your ideal customer profile. Now that you've examined your clients, you probably have a pretty good idea of which features they all have in common. You can use that knowledge to develop an ICP. Make an outline of a hypothetical business using the traits you found in all your best clients. Factor in the sorts of traits we mentioned earlier, like size, budget, industry, and location. When you're finished, you'll have a complete ideal customer profile. Number 4, apply your ICP to future prospects. That brings us to our final step, which is to begin your ICP marketing. How do you do that? Well, you use your ICP to help you identify the best prospects you market to and craft your strategy with all these details in mind. As you're looking around at different businesses, trying to figure out which ones would make the best customers, you don't have to make a shot in the dark. You can compare each company to your ICP. When you find one that closely matches it, you know that the business is likely a good client and you can start marketing to them. If you use a lead scoring tool or your current marketing software has lead scoring capabilities, you can use this ICP information to automate your lead qualification process and identify the best prospects without a ton of manual work. On a related note, there are lots of AI tools out there that can apply ICP data to your campaigns to improve your targeting. They can help you reach the right people, and they can also help you score your leads based on which ones are the most valuable to you.